Hey, so River House update. Not a whole lot has changed over the last. I agreed to clean up a place in exchange for a bunch of plywood. I know the price is coming down, but I'm cheap, so I'm gonna have to build my cold air return soon, and this 1/4-inch hardboard is good stuff. Anyways, I got a bunch of thin scraps of plywood. I think they were maybe old theater sets and whatnot. A couple of pieces have to be knocked apart, but whatever. I have extended these front walls. So it was in the plans that this was always supposed to go all the way up like this before, and then I really just built it wrong. But when I had put in the sort of the ridge cap beam to strengthen this set of walls up here, it eventually became clear that I'd actually be way better off in terms of potential water entrance to just carry the walls all the way up the way it was supposed to. So I've done that on there. Spent a lot of time working on the wall. I guess I should just show you the wall, show you the little bit that collapsed, even though I was pretty sure it wouldn't. So she's getting quite a bit taller. Still looks pretty good. Whoa, something dug this up. We've got a black bear kicking around. It's no big deal. We always have a black bear kicking around. I think it's a male. It's the most roly-poly SOB I've ever seen in my life. Talk about a boy who ain't gonna have to worry about this winter. I mean, unless he gets shot. He was down by the river eating grass, broad daylight. You could watch the ripples roll from one end of the bear to the other and back. He was like a waterbed. Anyways, so I've set a couple of big rocks up here. This is now tied into this big rock shelf. I've got a drilled pin right there. Unfortunately, when I got rebar that goes down, but when I was drilling this, she popped loose. Don't know why she popped loose. It's possible I think I'd only given it 2 or 3 days to harden, and that might have been on me. But yeah, anyways, that one popped loose. Let's see, I know these up here, zoom out, these up here weren't set. None of this was set, this big one here. And we now have all these walls filled in. These big ones are all set, and we're down to this point. That's the sewer line that comes down from the house up there. So I'm not happy with this placement. I don't remember if this rock is weirdly shaped or if it's sitting on something in that corner. Either way, I think I want to take it out and have a look. I'm kind of running out of big, flat, rectangular rocks like this down here. I've got them up there, but not down here. But this has kind of been a priority because this chunk right here popped out of it. There's a bunch of little birds, and they're not nesting, and they've never been here before, but they get into that sand layer, and I don't know if they're after the salt or they're adding the sand to their crops or something, and it might be sort of a migratory thing. Anyways, them little SOBs actually undercut this cheek up here to where it tumbled off and fell. So I got these. Oh, and it's backfilled. I got it backfilled up. So you got down there, we got over 6 feet of dirt pushing back. Here it's probably closer to 3. I got a bunch of rocks over there that are set aside. That one is set aside. My goal will be to come across this one more time, but since the rocks are smaller, I get less done. But that's what I've been working on there. yeah, other than that, life's I guess been okay. We're back at school. Well, I'm not going to give you any names, so I don't think I violate any HEPA stuff. And there's nobody's watching this. That's going to go and tell my boss. We're instructed very firmly, do not, if the media contacts you. What if is this media? Anyways, we done got the Rona. We figure maybe current estimates are 20% of the high school students. It might even be the lowball side, but 20% of high school students are currently hot, with contact tracing pushing that over 50% of the entire high school. We have more staff members out right now positive than we had the entire outbreak before, and that doesn't count those of us that might get nailed for close contact. 6 feet and 15 minutes. So if in the course of a day you spend 15 minutes within 6 feet of a positive person, in the high school it's a little easier for us. I have this wonderful deaf girl, and I wear a microphone for her translator, online translator. Really neat system, man. And translators are amazing. Sign language interpreters are amazing. But, you know, poverty. Some of the equipment's not the best. Her mic won't transmit. Just whacked Shay's frickin' saw blade again. Her mic won't transmit across the room anymore for some reason. So I hover right next to her. Other than that, I pace. I'm a chronic pacer. So I'm never within 6 feet of somebody for 15 minutes in any given day. It's just not my reality. But because of her, there are 3 students then that I spend probably 45 minutes a day within 6 feet of. So I got my fingers crossed that none of them come back hot. If they come back hot, I'm done for in terms of quarantining or whatnot. So yeah, who could have predicted this would roar back with more vengeance than before? Everybody studied the Spanish influenza epidemic or the yellow fever epidemic or smallpox or whatever. So we're remote now. Kids are out the last 2 days, and we're teaching online next week at least. I think homecoming's canceled. The football games are canceled. You know, part of the problem, of course, is in our neck of the woods. There's right, wrong. There's a widespread belief that this is largely overblown, and of course that's pervasive in the kids. So I heard kids in the hall, and they were talking about how they felt bad, but they wanted to play today, so they're in school. One girl asked another girl, I didn't hear this one, but one girl asked another girl, she said, "Shit, I don't feel bad. Do you think it's because I drank out of so-and-so's water bottle? And so-and-so had just tested positive for COVID." So, maybe that there might be a cause and effect there. So anyways, that's really eating up most of my time. I expected to come out here and spend several hours, every night, 4 hours or so every night working on things, but I rarely leave school before 6, some nights 7. After I unload this truck, I'm going back. So, it just hasn't been the time. You notice there's no windows in those holes, and I didn't proudly show you my windows lined up ready to go in. That's because they're not here. Neither is that insulation from Lowe's. And not much much I can do about it either way. I guess I could drop the insulation and go with something else or reorder it or whatnot, but I don't know if I lose my spot in line. And sometimes hanging up and calling right back is better than staying on hold. I don't know if that applies to building materials or not. The same place I was able to pick up all of this, I'm getting a bunch of 1x and 2x6. I don't need the 1x. It's just junk. But there's an okay bunch of some big 2x6, and obviously that's got some value. It's one of those deals where, because you agree to clean it all up, and for free, right? In exchange for the bits and pieces you wanted. It wasn't. Let's just say it wasn't nearly as nice as it looked when I looked at the pile. Once I unstacked it, it was a. I don't know. I came out on top on this one, but whatever. I got a burn pit. It cost me nothing to get rid of the wood, so I'm gonna have us one hell of a fire. Yes, sir. Got my hair cut, so I don't look quite so homeless, and I believe this is coming off tomorrow. I actually kind of dig it, but my wife and Shay are both powerfully against it, and the kids make fun of me because I'm caveman-like and my beard comes up in my eyes. It's not my fault I'm Neanderthal. Right? Ooga booga. Anyways, that is the River House update. It's still beautiful out here. There's no cars going by. It's still peaceful. Up until yesterday, it wasn't smoky. Progress remains slow, but as always, this isn't what I do. And I'm kind of at a stuck point. Doing the wall, it's partially because it's a known thing. I can dig right into it, just zone out and burn off some stress while still accomplishing something that I know needs to be done. Seriously needs to be done. But other than that, I'm kind of at a sticking point in the house. I need to plastic the walls, but we never finished the electrical, so I can't plastic the walls yet. Because the Rockwell's got no vapor barrier, right? So I got to add one. That's the downside of it. So I plaster the walls and ceiling, but we never finished. We never finished electrical completely. There's always that last little bit, so we got to polish that off, but that's outside my skill set. So when we get that done, I can plastic. The furnace is in and hung. I think I showed you that last time, though. It's a split level furnace, so it's 60,000 BTUs. I wish it was 40 and 80, but it's 60 and 80. It's 60,000 BTUs normal, and then if after a number of minutes I set, the thermostat doesn't kick it off, it'll pop in all the way up to 80. And heat loss calculations for the house were at like 74,000, so 80 is adequate. But to be honest, other than maybe a week or two in February, 60 is adequate. And then other than maybe February, 40 would be adequate. So I'm hoping that'll save me some stuff. Anyways, it's hung. The hot air ducts are in and dangling. I've got the fiberglass board to build the plenum, the heat side plenum. It's my skills, required skills. So it's just gonna take some time. Take some time until Dad's got some free time, and even if Dad got some free time, I don't know if it's. We gotta let the heat burn out of the school, I think, for a bit before I bring my father into this. So, anyways, I'm mostly rambling because utterly exhausted, and I don't want to go back to work. I gotta finish this and go back to work. Stay safe out there. From all of us to all of you, thanks for watching.